and try to kill all of them. When I met these people and they talk to me how much they are suffering, and when I look into their face and feeling with the pain inside their heart, you know, I start to know that this day, all the Palestinian people should remember this day, and we should talk about it every year, and we should do everything because we want all the world to know and remember that the Palestinians suffering too much under this occupation, and the same position and decision they take it about Ukraine when the conflict started between Russia and Ukraine. Why did not do the same with the Palestinian people? Why when Israel killed our children nobody talk? Why when Russia killed some of the Ukrainian children, all the countries talk about this? Now they remember the international law and the human rights and the human, when Russia when the conflict started between Russia and Ukraine. What's about Palestine? How many international law we have in this world? One to Syria, one to Iraq, one to Ukraine, one to Palestine, one to Israel, one to Asia, one to Africa. So the Palestinian people cannot forget this day, and every year we commemorate this day to remember the suffering of my people. Because I told you, our grandfather teach our fathers, and the fathers teach their children. So we cannot forget this day. This day is, as I told you, a black day in our history, and because all of us now know the story of the Nakba day. All the Palestinian people know exactly, and our children maybe now know about Palestine more than us, because we teach them a lot, you see. So we cannot forget this day, and all of us believe that Palestine will be free one day.
Your Excellency, May 15, 1948, that is 75 years ago. How come? This is the longest conflict in history. How come? How have we all looked on for the people of Palestine to be repressed for 75 long years? Why?
I will tell you, Israel believe only with war and killing. You don't believe with peace at all, and I will tell you something. They start to occupy Palestine in 1948 and occupied 78% from our lands. And in 1967 they occupied all Palestine. Now all my country, all my people, all our lands under the Israel occupation. And Israel do anything she want. If she want to steal our water, she steal it. Our agriculture, she steal it. Destroy our economy, she can destroy our economy. Killing our children, nurses, doctors, bombing our housing, arrested the students, arrested doctors, arrested women, arrested anyone from his house. Israel can do anything from that day to now. Israel think, as I told you, that maybe the Palestinian people is weak. We don't have army, you know. We don't have army. We don't have airport. We don't have Hapo. We don't have. We have only some policemen on the streets to help the people, but we don't have army. Israel think if she continue like this, the Palestinian people will put their hands like this and tell them, okay, take our lands and you can do anything with my people. No, listen to me. The Palestinian people have very strong believing with their lands and with their history. The Palestinian people is strong enough to defend about themselves, not only in Gaza and the West Bank, outside Palestine, inside Palestine, and everywhere. If you are look to the demonstration in America, in the European countries, in the African countries, in the Asia countries, and you are looking to the eyes of the Palestinian people, when they talk about Palestine, you are feeling that when they talk, they are talking from their heart, because they believe this conflict cannot stop, this occupation cannot stop without the establishment of an independent Palestinian state on the land which occupied in 1967, including East Jerusalem, the capital city of Palestine, the heart of the Palestinian people. This conflict cannot stop. There is no peace in the Middle East without the establishment of our state. So maybe because Israel think if she kill more, if she kill children, women, if she's stealing more from our lands, if she arrested our students, our people every night, maybe this is good to Israel. Believe me, this is not good to the Israelis before the Palestinians. There is no occupation. They are not read the history. Look, the British occupied 30% from the world one day. Where is the British now? Tell me if there is an occupation continue to now. Continue to the end of our life. No. Any occupation start now, he will finish one day. He will stop one day. He will go one day. So because of our believing of our lands, because of our believing with our history, because our believing with our right, we believe that this occupation will go one day and Palestine will be there. And the people will back to their lands. And the people will back to their homes. And the people will back to their gardens. And the Israelis should understand how if they think or believe in peace, how they are sitting on the table with the Palestinian people and talk. But Israel government don't think about the peace at all with the Palestinian people. They believing only with war and killing.
Your Excellency, there's something very significant this year. The UN decided to mark the day of Nakba. Is this a new situation? Is it a shift from previous policy?
This is the first time that the UN commemorate this the Nakba Day in the UN, and our President Mahmoud Abbas, he went there and he talked yesterday about this conflict. All the world now start to understand that the Palestinian people should live on their lands with free, should be free, and Palestine should be free, and all the world support the two-state solution. All the world. And all the world in the UN, they vote with the two-state solution. All the world. It's, maybe some countries stand by the side of Israel 100%, don't want it, okay. But Israel refused the two-state solution. Israel refused the one state living together with one law. Israel want to continue its apartheid against the Palestinian people. When you read the Amnesty report, which published before a few months, the Amnesty report said that Israel is an apartheid country. Not me, Yuval Diskin, he is a very big Israeli leader. He said this about the government of Israel now. He said this government is 100% terrorist government. You see, because when you are looking at what they are doing with the Palestinian people, when the European countries looking and see the apartheid system against the Palestinian people, I think most 90% of the people not feeling well. And they will have very solidarity with the Palestinian people. When they are seeing in the West Bank two roads, this to the settlers and this to the Palestinian people. The one for the settlers don't have any checkpoints, and he can arrive since 10 minutes to any place he wants, or 30 minutes. But the Palestinian people, if you want to arrive to the same place, he need maybe 3 hours to reach there. Why? Look what happened in the West Bank. When the European people and all the countries in this world see how the settlers come every morning, they are coming with their weapons, and the Israeli soldiers around them, and cutting our trees, our olives, or stealing your land. Imagine that you have some lands, you take care about it, and you feed your children from these lands, and you have a small agriculture. And someone come in the morning to cut the trees or take your lands and ask you to go out. So now the solidarity with the Palestinian people more than 1948 and 1967. And if you see in the vote in the UN when Trump decided to recognize Jerusalem as a capital city of Israel, all the country vote against Trump's position, because the world start to understand, especially after the war between Ukraine and Russia. All the people start to think, why they not take the same decision with the Palestinian people? Why? When the Ukrainian people killed, the people talk about Ukraine. What's about the Palestinian people? What's about the settlement? It is according to the international law, according to the Security Council decision. It is illegal. And Israel continue it is building new settlement in our lands.
But Your Excellency, in 1993, we were told that there had been a peace agreement with Israel.
Yeah.
What is the status of the peace agreement? What is the value of that 1993 peace agreement?
Listen to me. In 1993, our former president Yasser Arafat signed this agreement with the Prime Minister of Israel, on that time Yitzhak Rabin. And all the world support this agreement because all the world like to see the peace. They don't like the killing from this side or this side. You see, look what's happened in that time. All the Palestinian people, and look what happened to the Israelis. The Palestinian people, all of them went to the street, very big demonstration. The fathers, the mothers, the children, all the Palestinian people support to this agreement because they believe or they think that maybe Israel will leave the land which occupied in 1967, including East Jerusalem, the capital of the Palestinian people, according to this agreement. After 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, but Israel should leave, according to this agreement. On the other side, what's happened? The Israelis went to the street, very big demonstration against the agreement and against their prime minister. And one from the Israelis people, his name is Yigal Amir. You know what he's doing? No. He shot their prime minister and he killed him. Yitzhak Rabin. He killed Yitzhak Rabin, the prime minister of Israel. From that time, he don't kill only Yitzhak Rabin. He killed Yitzhak Rabin and killed the peace process between the Palestinians and the Israelis. This is the difference. The Palestinian people like the Ghanaians people. We are living, we have the culture of peace. We like to live in peace on our lands. We don't like the occupier. We don't like anyone to control our life. We don't want anyone to control my water, my agriculture, my housing, our streets. We don't like. The Palestinian people want to live in peace. So when our former president signed this agreement, he believed that maybe Palestine will be free after 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, but we will see two states. My country here, your country here. My people here, your people here. My border here, your border here. And we can living in peace. But Israel did not believe with peace at all. From that time when they killed the prime minister, they killed everything. And Benjamin Netanyahu, he won the election after that. And from that time, you see, and all the world see, how is the prime minister of Israel? He believe with peace or believe with killing the Palestinian people every morning? All the world see.
The aggression in Palestine has not ended. In fact, the Israeli Defense Forces attacked Gaza only about last week. What was the purpose of this attack? I mean, what did they intend to do? The Israelis said that they wanted to assassinate the leaders of the resistance. What is this?
This war started in 9 May, right?
Yeah.
At 2 morning, since all the Palestinian people was sleeping. The children sleeping, the mothers sleeping, the fathers sleeping, all the people sleeping. And Israel bombing the 3 housing of these leaders. And she did not kill only the leaders, they killed their families too.
Their wives,
including the wife, the children. They killed the 3 with their wives and their children. And then they killed one of the doctors. He is doctor and his wife and his children. Since 5 days, Israel killed more than 33 from the Palestinian people. 6 of them is the children and 3 women. And they injured more than 147, including 48 children and 26 women and 10 from the old man. And she destroyed more than 30 housing to the Palestinian people. Why? If you want to kill 3 people, why you kill the children? You are feeling happy, you are sleeping very well when you kill children. You know, if I have some chicken or some rabbits or have some sheep or something in your house, and you want to kill one, you don't kill it in front of the others. Maybe you take it in far place because you don't want the others to see what you are doing. A small animal. What about the human when you kill children? You are killing children. So this war, not only the first war Israel did it in Gaza. You know, in 2028, Israel killed more than 2,500 from the Palestinian people. 500 of them was children. In 2012, Israel killed more than 750 from the Palestinian people. Some of them are children, nursing, doctors, students, children. In 2014, 51-day war against Gaza, and they killed more than 2,000 from my people, and they destroyed more than 100,000 from our housing. They think maybe if do this with the Palestinian people, if we kill them, maybe they will leave our lands. The Palestinian people will not leave their lands at all. The things which happened in 1948 will not come again. The Palestinian people will sitting and will stay on their lands. They will not leave their lands. And they know how to defend about themselves. And they're strong enough to defend about their lands and their people and themselves. What Israel want more? She want more killing? Okay. Why did not think with the peace? They can living in our lands more than 1,000 years. If they go and sign agreement with the Palestinian people. They think about only how to kill my people, how to continue this conflict year by year, after year after year. Why? I cannot understand. So what's happening in Gaza? I'm from Gaza. And maybe I know some of the people Israel killed them. And I know the streets, I know the families, I know everything. What do you think if Israel killed the father of one of the families? What his son will do when he grow? What he will do? If they killed anyone, not only in Palestine, anyone kill the father, what the son will do when he grow? He will try to kill the person who killed his father. Right or no? So the Palestinian people try to defend about themselves, their lands, their people. And Israel should stop this way and think, they should check for another way with the Palestinian people. Not only because of the Palestinian people, because of their children too. This conflict will stop one day.
I've read many accounts which say that Gaza is a prison, is a virtual prison. What is is there a difference between Gaza and the West Bank?
Nothing. Listen to me. Before Israel leave Gaza, in 2006, 2005, I was in Gaza. But I read a lot before they leave Gaza, and I know why they left Gaza. I know very well, and I read what the Israelis write about why they should leave Gaza. It is very bad idea from Israel to separate the Palestinian people, and they separate us because between Gaza and the West Bank there is Israeli checkpoints. Nobody can go from Gaza to the West Bank without take permission from the Israeli government, and nobody can go from the West Bank to Gaza without take permission from the Israeli policeman or government. You see, inside your country, as I told you before, if anyone want to go from here to Kumasi, he should go and take permission from the policeman. If you want to go to Koradi, he should take permission. If you want to go to any place, he should take permission from Israel policeman. This is apartheid system. So the situation in Gaza is very bad. Israel sieged Gaza for a long time, blocked Gaza for a long time, more than 17 years now. And she thinks that 2,000 people, 2 million people living in this small place, maybe they will leave Gaza and keep the land for them. And the West Bank, my people suffering too much too, because Israel put checkpoints between our cities and our villages all the time. Israel killing in Jenin camp before the last month, 9 people. In Hawara, how much they killed. When the settlers enter Hawara and put petrol in the housing of the people and try to burn it. Mm-hmm. And they was close to kill children in Hawara. And the Israeli soldiers standing and looking what the settlers doing. If you take knife and go outside to defense about your family, the Israeli soldier will come to arrest you. She allowed the settlers to do anything they want, and she don't allow the Palestinian people to defend about themselves. You see, so the situation in the West Bank is very bad, but the situation in Gaza is very bad too. Israel don't want the leaders of Hamas in Gaza, and don't want the leaders of Fatah in the West Bank too. They don't want anyone. They don't like anyone. When they organize demonstration inside Israel, anything happened, one of the Palestinian people killed one of the settlers or something like this, and they go to demonstration. What they are talk? They talk killing the Palestinian people? No. They shouting in the demonstration in Hebrew language. They said "Mafit la-Arabim," kill all the Arabs, the death to all the Arabs. I cannot understand this culture from where. The religion, I'm Muslim. My religion don't ask me to kill the Christian or the Jewish because he's Jewish. No. My religion asks me to living together in peace everywhere. But they think all the time to do our life very difficult, to leave our lands and our housing. I saw a video to one of the Israeli soldiers. She was in America, and her father teach her the human rights very well. And when she went, she's Israeli, she's Jewish. When she went to the army in Israel, one day her leader asked her to do checkpoints between two Palestinian villages. She put the checkpoints there with the soldiers, and then she asked her boss, please, why in this time evening we put these checkpoints for what? You know what he told her? We want to do the Palestinian people life very difficult to leave their lands.
What?
Only. And if any person in this world know exactly what the Israel is doing with the Palestinian people, he will not feel good. And he will know that the Palestinian people is right, and they are looking for free. They want to be free from this occupation. This is the worst occupation in the history. And our believing that this occupation will go one day, and Palestine will be free.
Your Excellency, you are now in Ghana as the ambassador of Palestine. And President Arafat was a very, very close friend of Africa.
Yeah.
What is the relationship now between Africa and Palestine, especially Ghana?
The relation between Africa and Palestine is very good, and all the time, I thank Ghana about its support to the Palestinian people, and I thank the African countries too. All the time, the African countries, when there is vote on the UN, they stand by the side of Palestine. All the African countries. About Ghana, one day the Americans warning Ghana, if you vote against the Trump decision, we will stop helping to Ghana with $5 million to build the schools in Ghana. And that's happened when Trump decided to recognize Jerusalem as a capital city of Palestine. So on the evening, I know before the vote, I know that Ghana will vote against Trump decision, but I did not talk. I did not talk to anyone. But I have small information that Ghana tomorrow will vote against Trump decision. So the second day, Ghana vote against Trump decision. You know why? Because Ghana cannot vote against the international law. Ghana cannot vote against the human rights and the justice. When Ghana vote against Trump decision, the Americans was angry, and they stopped the helping. Hillary Nikki to talk on the UN. We will stop this helping to Ghana to. So sometimes you need this help, but when you think very well about the justice in this world, you should stand by the side of justice. So most of the African countries stand by the side of the Palestinian people. Some of the countries, after the killing of Muammar al-Gaddafi, I'm sorry about this, and I'm not talking to support or not support Muammar al-Gaddafi. This is a Libyan issue. I don't like to talk about it. But some of the countries, after the killing Muammar al-Gaddafi, try to stand by the side of the Israel and some of the countries. And this is normal because they need maybe some money or need some helping from the American people. But most of the African countries, more than 90% from the African countries, most of the time they stand by the side of Palestine. And Ghana, the last 6 years, every year in the Human Rights Council, they stand by the side of justice and the international law, and they vote with Palestine every year. And when we need the helping from some of the Ghanaian people, they help us. And Ghana, listen to me, maybe I visit a lot of cities here, a lot of villages. I went to Sunyani, Brikom, Takoradi. Most of the cities in Ghana here I visited. I visit these cities to say only thank you to Ghana. Only to say thank you to Ghana. Because Ghana very generous with the Palestinian people. Historically, Ghana stand by the side of us. So why I did not go to check the situation in these cities and support them and take with me very big solidarity with them and help them and say and go to say thank you to Ghana. So Ghana all the time, I like this country, and you know, before 4 years they asked me if you want to remove you to another country. I told them no, I want to continue my work here because I like this country, I like the leaders of this country, I like the culture of the people of Ghana. You know, some countries when you go there you cannot leave your hotel or your house after 6 evening, but here in Ghana you are feeling in peace. You are leaving your house on the evening, on the day you are not afraid of from anything, because Ghana is a peaceful country. And when any businessman asks me, I want to come and continue, I want to do business, I like to come to Ghana, I told him you are welcome. I don't ask him to, no, don't come, there is killing, no. Ghana is a very peaceful country. And this is my advice to all the Palestinian businessmen or the Palestinians who have very big company to come and work here in Ghana.
Your Excellency, do you have a message for the world?
My message to the world, I want all the world to look into the eyes of our children. Only look into the eyes of our children. And look into the cry of our women when they kill their children. And look into the suffering of our fathers when they're losing their legs or their hands because the bombing of Israel to their housing. And they stand by the side of justice. I don't want, Palestinian people don't want anything. The Palestinian people looking for freedom. We want my country to be free. We want to stop the occupation to our land which occupied in 1967. And Israel leave these lands. And the Palestinian people living on their lands. And we like to have very good relation and peaceful relation with all the countries in this world. And we like to see the peace in this world.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, we've been talking to His Excellency, the Ambassador of the State of Palestine to Ghana, His Excellency AbdulFattah Ahmed Khalil Alsatarri, Palestinian Ambassador to Ghana. We've been talking about Nakba, the day of Nakba. 75 years of oppression and occupation, 75 years of apartheid, 75 years of the killing of innocent women and children, 75 years of mayhem. Please spare a thought for the people of Palestine, and please express your solidarity for the people of Palestine. If you express solidarity for the people of Palestine, you express solidarity for all decent people all over the world. The zeal with which we fought apartheid cannot be over, because we still have apartheid in Palestine. It's goodbye from Pan-African Television. See you again very soon. This was a very, very special interview with the Ambassador of the State of Palestine. Bye-bye.